Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at BBC Learning English.
Yeah.
We're going to uncover what makes this resource so valuable for language learners all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you can think of this as your cheat sheet to understanding BBC Learning English.
Totally.
So the essay that we're diving into explores the benefits of this platform from head to toe.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the end, you'll be just as pumped about it as I am.
For sure.
Yeah.
One of the things that struck me right off the bat was just how comprehensive this resource is.
Right.
It covers so much ground from, grammar and vocabulary to pronunciation, even listening comprehension. And the cool part is it does all of this without sacrificing quality.
Yeah, no, totally. And it's designed for everyone, too.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or
Right.
if you've been learning English for years. There's something there for everyone. One thing that really stood out to me was their approach to grammar.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like so many language resources out there just throw all these, dry rules at you.
Oh, it's so boring.
I know, right?
Like, who wants to just memorize a bunch of rules?
Exactly. It's like they just expect you to memorize a bunch of rules without actually, showing you how to use them.
Yeah, exactly.
But BBC Learning English, they actually show you how grammar works in real conversations.
Yeah, like in the real world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
not some textbook example.
Exactly. And you know what I really appreciated was that they don't shy away from,
Right.
the more complex parts of English grammar.
Oh, for sure.
They know it can be tricky,
Absolutely.
but they break it down
Yeah.
in a way that's actually understandable,
Mm-hmm. And applicable
Yes.
to, everyday life.
Yeah, I mean, when I was learning Spanish, I always felt like textbooks just made grammar seem so,
Yeah.
intimidating
Oh, totally.
and just, overwhelming. But with BBC Learning English, it feels so much more approachable.
Yeah, it's like they take the fear out of grammar.
Totally. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not just about grammar either, right?
Oh, definitely not.
I mean, they have so many resources for expanding your vocabulary.
Tons.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and they don't just teach you random words. They
Yeah.
actually put them into context.
Yeah, they're all about context.
So you can actually start using them right away.
Exactly. Like they might have a lesson on travel vocabulary
Oh yeah.
or food vocabulary.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it's so much more practical.
So much more useful.
And I think a lot of our listeners out there are probably thinking
Yeah.
okay, this all sounds great, but
Right.
how am I supposed to fit language learning into my already crazy busy schedule?
No, seriously. Who
Right.
has time for that?
Exactly.
But that's the beauty of BBC Learning English is that it's so flexible.
So flexible.
You can literally access it online.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere, for free.
Completely free.
It's amazing.
It is.
Whether you have 5 minutes or a whole hour,
Mm-hmm.
there's something there for you.
Yeah, and they have so many different formats, too.
Oh, yeah.
If you're someone who likes to learn on the go,
Yeah.
you can listen to their podcasts.
Ooh, the podcasts are great.
And if you're more of a visual learner,
Right.
they have tons of videos.
I love the videos.
Yeah, they're really well made.
The production quality is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It's like you're watching a professional TV show,
Totally.
and they're super engaging.
Yeah, and informative.
And they use all sorts of different formats to keep things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll have real people
Yeah.
in real life situations.
Like having a conversation at a cafe,
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe a news segment
Oh, yeah, I love those.
talking about current events.
Oh, good.
And that's so important for developing, natural comprehension skills.
Totally.
You're not just listening to someone read from a textbook. You're actually hearing how people speak.
In the wild.
In the wild, exactly.
One of the things I'm most excited about
Yeah.
is that BBC Learning English really immerses you in British culture.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just about the language.
Right.
It's about understanding the culture behind the language.
The nuances.
Yes, yeah.
The context.
Exactly.
They have this program called The English We Speak,
Yeah.
and it focuses on idioms and slang.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
And it's so cool because they'll take an expression,
Okay.
to cost an arm and a leg,
Which
means something is really expensive.
Right.
And they'll break down the meaning, the origin.
Yeah.
And it helps you understand these quirky little phrases that make the language come alive.
Yes, and there's news review,
Oh, yeah.
which is amazing for staying up to date on current events.
From a British perspective.
Yes, and helps you develop your listening skills.
Totally.
While also gaining insights into British culture and society.
It's like a win-win.
Yeah, it really is.
You learn about the language and you learn about the culture.
It's just so cool.
It is.
And I find that understanding the culture behind a language just makes it so much more enjoyable to learn.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're unlocking a whole new world.
Totally.
And it's not just about British culture either.
No, it's not.
Like BBC Learning English recognizes that learners come from all different backgrounds and have different needs.
Yeah.
Like they offer resources tailored to specific nationalities.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing.
It is.
Addressing common challenges that learners from those regions might face.
Right. Like if you're a Spanish speaker learning English, you might face different challenges than, say, someone who's a Japanese speaker learning English.
Right.
And BBC Learning English acknowledges those differences.
That's incredible.
And provides support accordingly.
Yeah, I can imagine how reassuring it would be for learners to know that
Totally.
the platform acknowledges their specific challenges.
It's like having a personalized language learning buddy.
It really is.
I'd be right with you.
And speaking of buddies,
Yeah.
they really foster a sense of community.
Absolutely. They do. They have these like super active social media channels, and they have all these interactive features that encourage learners to connect.
To share their progress.
Yeah, to ask questions.
And just to like support each other.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It is.
And you know, that sense of community can be such a huge motivator.
Especially when you're facing those challenges.
I know. I remember when I was learning Spanish, I joined this online forum for learners.
Oh, cool.
And it made such a difference.
Yeah.
It was so helpful to be able to like exchange tips, get encouragement from other learners, and just celebrate each other's victories.
Totally.
So if you're someone who thrives in like a supportive environment,
Yeah.
BBC Learning English has got you covered.
Absolutely. They've got your back.
So it's really about fostering a holistic learning experience, right?
It is.
It's not just about memorizing rules.
Right.
It's about connecting with others.
Experiencing different cultures.
And just like developing a deeper understanding of the world around you.
Exactly.
So to sum it all up, BBC Learning English is an incredible resource.
Phenomenal.
It goes above and beyond what you'd expect
Yeah.
from a typical language learning platform.
For sure. That's free, accessible.
Incredibly diverse
So diverse.
in its offerings.
Yeah.
And truly dedicated to supporting learners every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
So what stands out to you about BBC Learning English?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And what aspect are you most excited to explore?
What about you?
Ooh, so many things.
I know, right?
I think I'm most excited to dive into their, like, cultural programs.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Yeah, like the English We Speak and News Review.
They're so much fun.
I just think it's so fascinating to learn about, like, the nuances of British culture.
Totally.
And how it's reflected in the language.
Yeah, and remember, fluency in English is achievable.
Absolutely.
With dedication.
And the right resources.
And BBC Learning English can definitely be that trusted companion.
On your language learning journey.
100%.
So go ahead and dive into the platform.
Yeah, explore the different resources.
And most importantly,
have fun.
Yes, have fun.
Enjoy the process.
Until next time, happy learning.
Bye.
Bye.